I guess we could move on to our next topic. Virginia Antique Store posts bizarre anti-trans screed and hundreds respond. The message has gone viral in Virginia with calls to boycott the establishment. Ooh! Now this one's a little bit more fun. This is a little bit more fluff here, right? This isn't like an actionable thing. I'm not going to do like a call to action and have people write into legislators or anything like that, but certainly something for us to talk about here today. Is that a hydrate command I see? Almost choked. Thanks. If they really gave a shit about sports, they would be pumping money into trans research instead of specifically wanting trans people restricted from living a human life. Yeah. Why post hate as an antique store? Running an antique store is easy. Just post pics of weird things and you get and make money. Yeah. All right. Let's read it. This weekend, a Virginia business came under fire after one of the owners posted an anti-LGBTQ plus message to social media. On Saturday morning, Sherry's Antique Emporium posted an update to its Facebook page that began as an update on the business, but devolved into anti-trans bigotry. The store, owned by Keith Mindell and Sherry Hall, located in Mechanicsville, near Richmond, has a history of posting controversial messages on its page, but none has gained as much attention as Saturday's post. Good morning, the post started. It is Saturday, and we are hoping for a great day. We have lots of new furniture arriving next Tuesday, as well as many other treasures. Then the post took a turn, taking aim at Leah Thomas, the 24-year-old University of Pennsylvania swimmer. She recently became the first known transgender athlete to win a National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I championship. Wow. What a mouthful. National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I championship. Jesus fucking Christ. Could you have made that a little bit easier to read, please? I'm still upset with the situation where a biological male was allowed to compete against females in swimming competitions, the post reads. Feel bad for the girls who have worked so hard and now are having their hopes crushed by a political agenda that allows them to be cheated out of the fruits of their hard work. Shame on the political agitators that are using our children to promote alternative lifestyles as normal. Alternative lifestyles. This is exactly like that game on Steam that had patch notes and at the bottom was a paragraph, a screed about masks and vaccines. Yeah, I know, I remember that. That was really funny. Also, we all know they do not care about women's sports. Yeah. Yeah. Weird how everyone focuses on one of the 37 trans femme NCAA athletes. Yeah, I know. It is very strange. None of these people have ever watched a game unless it was to tune away from commercials from the men's sports. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me do this, actually. There we go. It was getting a little fuzzy. Sorry about that. It's almost like only one is winning and not by much. Yeah, I know. All right, so let's read the post. Oh, God. Okay. Good morning. It is Saturday, and we are hoping for a great day. We have lots of new furniture arriving next Tuesday, as well as many other treasures, including Hummels, thimbles, 2 china cabinets, bookshelves, prints, trinket boxes, vases, china sets, figurines, ornaments, duck figurines, duck decoys, a cedar chest, DVDs, CDs, display cabinets, cups, and saucers, candle holders, sewing machines, collector's plates, and VHS tapes. That's a lot. Many other items came in over the last 2 days also. I am still upset with the situation where a biological male was allowed to compete against females in swimming competitions. So we go from, hey, here's a list of literally everything we're getting in this week. And by the way, we're getting some more stuff. Also, isn't it weird how all these transgenders... Yeah, no, like, It's like whiplash. You're reading that and you're just like, what? Where's this coming from? Oh my god. New in stock, transphobia. Yeah, I know, right? This is... Why didn't they just make a new post? I know! Oh, God. Where are the people who have some common sense? Where are the people who have the guts to stand up and say, no, this isn't going to happen? Why are people just not walking out of these staged liberal socialist agenda events in protest? The people who do watch these fiascos should be shouting a thunderous chorus of boos that can be heard through the spacious skies, over the amber waves of grain, and up the purple mountain majesties, and throughout the fruited plain. Throughout the fruited plain? Anybody want to come take a walk through my fruited plain with me? Anybody? Anybody want to go up the purple mountain majesties with me? Damn, this person got a red, white, and blue boner writing this. Least insane transphobe. I know. I hate transgenders because I love America. Yeah, I know. Okay. Where were we? Americans don't act like this, don't sit by while this happens, and do crush injustice at the source. Anyone who feels bad for the boy, don't feel bad for the girls who have worked so hard and are now having their hopes crushed by a political agenda that allows them to be cheated out of the fruits of all their hard work. Shame on the political agitators that are using our children to promote alternative lifestyles as normal. It is a free country, and freaks can be freaks as long as they don't hurt others. I've been around long enough that I no longer will stand by and just shake my head. Terry McAuliffe learned the hard way that you don't mess with soccer moms or their children. Okay. Why don't you just get back in your little minivan there and go take your kids to McDonald's or something? Well, this person's hurting me, so why shouldn't they stop? Ah, whoa, really makes you think, huh? Let's push this message nationwide and stop these attacks permanently. If God gave you boys plumbing, you use the boys' bathroom. Girls plumbing, the girls' bathroom. Period. End of sentence. No exceptions. God said, I remember, this is in Genesis, actually. After God pulled the rib from Adam and created Eve, God was like, okay, you two, I'm making 2 bathrooms, okay? Adam, you must use the boys' bathroom. And Eve, you must use the girls' bathroom. And if I see either one of you going to the opposite bathroom, well, I'm sorry, you're kicked out of the Garden of Eden. I remember that. I remember that was part of Genesis. And then the snake comes out of, crawling out of the boys' bathroom, and is like, psst, hey Eve, hey, psst. Wouldn't it be great if you could build muscle like Adam? Wouldn't it be great if you had a deep voice like Adam? You should come over and take some testosterone. Why don't you come take some testosterone, Eve? You can be a boy. And so Eve started taking testosterone. Yeah, I remember that in the Bible. That's like one of the first things I read. Based Eve? I know. Transmask Eve? What? Garden of Eden didn't have Yowie, so it wouldn't be worth sticking around. God said, go plumb my bathroom. And don't dead name Steve. Oh! It is Adam and Steve. Because he's transmask. Oh my god. The snake whispered, you have your own gender. That was great. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun this morning. Okay. Just because these liberal idiots yell and scream the loudest doesn't mean that they have any power. Stand up and fight back. They are basically cowards who make a lot of noise in order to get their ways. Let's not just make America great again. Let's make America America again. The flag, mom, and apple pie, not gays, transgenders, and cow pies. Cow pies? What? Cow pies? Okay. I don't think there are any LGBTQ advocates that are that are advocating for cow pies for everyone. Okay. I think you're okay on that one. All right. Don't worry. These people belong in our country just like anyone else, but they are a very small fraction of our population and need to live their lives with that realization. I will be labeled a homophobe, a sexist, and you may as well go ahead and throw in racist because it seems to the libtards that anyone who is white is a racist. But I don't care. Leftist Owl! Hey, nice to see you. Who are we transing today? We're transing Eve, actually, apparently. From Adam and Eve? He goes by Steve now. Just so you know. Yeah. That's right. People are people, and if you treat me right, you'll receive the same in return. Otherwise, watch out! Here's the joke of the day. Nancy Pelosi said if she was married to Donald Trump, she'd poison his coffee. Donald Trump said if he was married to her, he'd drink it. That's a joke? I don't really... That's a joke? Store hours today are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's the weekend. You are off work. Come spend some time at Sherry's Antique Emporium. See you all in just a little while. Wow. And just ends it all. Store hours today are blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. They just quote the thing. Mindell wrote Sunday morning on his personal Facebook page. The post was written by Mindell. Sherry has never written a post for us, Mindell wrote on Facebook to the onslaught of negative attention. They kept calling me she, which just further illustrates their total confusion when it comes to gender. Mindell wrote Sunday morning on his personal Facebook page, and for the store, he went on mentioning that over 14,000 users read the post, when generally they have about 700 viewers. He defended the missive writing, I am entitled to my opinion. Oh my god, he made a big Facebook post? Oh my god! That's a Winston Churchill quote? Which one? What's a Winston Churchill quote? Doesn't that mean we're entitled to our opinion that they're trash? Yeah! Whoa, yeah! Oh, the poison tea? Oh, yeah. Choking on tea. The joke is he'd rather krill his shelf than be married to the person. Oh, yeah, okay. Sure. I guess. It's not a very... That's very boomer humor. Boomer humor, I guess. Wife bad, wife bad. Alright, let's read. Good morning, it is Sunday. We had a fantastic day yesterday. We had lots of folks bring in things, including 7 long boxes of comic books, stuffed animals, DVDs, CDs, and too many other things to take the time to mention here. We had a record number of likes for the day on our post yesterday, 20. And the attacks by left-wing delusional socialists were comical. We had 14,439 people read our post when we average about 700 per day, and our likes average about 1 every 3 days or so. These people are ridiculous. Their nitwit networks stretched as far as Australia, and their vile and filthy language indicated that they were deprived as children. Wait, most of them are children. By not having their mouths washed out with soap. Tide Pods just don't seem to do the trick. It was very pleasurable to click on the hide comment and then ban button. My friend Andy said that it sounds like the whack-a-mole game at amusement parks. Andy is pretty funny. These people are so ready to attack anyone who doesn't agree with them that most of them don't even read the byline and understand that Sherry doesn't write our posts. I do. Sherry has never written a post for us. They kept calling me she, which just further illustrates their total confusion when it comes to gender. One of them even said that poor Sherry was probably in a back room sewing Confederate flags and white hoods. Sherry is the sweetest woman in the world and can't sew, or for that matter, doesn't even know what an iron is. So she was not sewing Confederate flags and white hoods, and even if she was, they would have been all wrinkled. Okay, not the best defense, bestie. That's, they would be wrinkled. Oh, they would be wrinkled. Oh my god. Okay. The hypocrites who got so inflamed and upset because if hurt their little feelings when I used the word freak proceeded to call me every name in the book. Newsflash, buttercups, I am entitled to my opinion, and just because you are obnoxious, yell and scream, have hissy fits, and prove to the world that you are not in the mainstream, thank goodness, you still don't have credibility. The ironic thing is that I really have no problems with gay people, have a lot of gay friends, and we all agree to disagree on our points of view. That is how mature people discuss differences. I was called a bigot more times than I can count, a racist, which is untrue, but that is the first thing in the socialist playbook, to call every white person a racist. Wait! Didn't they? He said in the post. Hang on. I will be labeled a homophobe, a sexist, and you may as well go ahead and throw in racist, because it seems to the libtards that anyone who is white is a racist. He wanted us. He told us to do that. Dude, we had your consent. It's right there. We had your consent for this. What the fuck? This is so fucked. That's going on the thumbnail. All right, where are we? The hypocrites who got so inflamed and upset. Okay, yeah, we already did that. And a homophobe. Okay. The white hood comment is pretty funny because I might be a bigot in that I abhor white supremacists, domestic and international terrorists, socialists, and communists. I am reluctant to say that I have a lot of black friends because, in fact, I have a lot of friends of diverse ethnic, religious, and social backgrounds, and segregating out individuals is racist. I have absolutely nothing personal against the male swimmer in question. Segregating out individuals is racist, but I have absolutely nothing personal against the male swimmer in question. Yeah, I know. What the fuck is with this guy? But I am appalled at his actions and the left-wing agenda that is pushing his buttons. As far as transgenders go, once again, I am entitled to my opinion, and the fact of the matter is, I never think about them at all, and they are of no consequence to me. Scream and yell as they might, they will never be the norm. I publish on several sites and would ask our followers, especially the Hanover Watchdog folks, to leave some comments so that these radicals can see how normal folks disagree with their left-wing agenda. Here is the joke of the day. Adam Johnson, the man seen carrying House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's lecture during the protest, has been arrested. His lawyer said that at the trial, he won't be taking the stand. What? Okay. Now this one I don't get. Oh, lectern. Okay. I thought he was talking about like a copy of a speech, you know? Yeah. Okay. I get it now. That's funny. That's funny. Terrible joke. A public records search of the Virginia State Corporation Commission revealed that Raymond Keith Mindell has an active insurance agent license, which he has held since 1989. According to records reviewed by The Advocate, Mindell represents health insurance policies for Care First Blue Choice Incorporated and annuities, accident, and life insurance for United American Insurance Company. By Sunday afternoon, the post had garnered hundreds of comments, mostly criticizing the message. Hundreds of users have called for a boycott of the business, with some calling for it to be inundated with rainbow flags, while others are calling for it to be shut down. A user by the name of Justin Ryan wrote, "Sweetie, your business is about to be bombarded with rainbow flags, and I really can't wait." Of course, he's a blood-sucking insurance broker. Yeah, I mean, that checks out. Facebook user Tim Larson wrote, "Lady, try turning off Fox News and instead try changing the world by actually getting to know people and engage with your customers and neighbors. All that Tucker Carlson is teaching you is how to hate and be angry about things that don't even affect you." Mindell previously wrote that they had blocked over 300 libtards for criticisms. So, I want to go back a little bit. I want to go back to Keith's thing about how everybody was calling him lady and she and stuff like that. Like, the name of the business is Sherry's Antique Emporium. Sherry, right? So it stands to reason that the person posting would be Sherry. Yeah? Anyway. Saturday wasn't the first time the business's Facebook page contained intolerant remarks about LGBTQ plus people. On Thursday, another post on the store's Facebook page also targeted Thomas and trans communities at large, calling them an abomination. Wait, hang on. Didn't he say... Wait, where's the... I never think about them at all, and they are of no consequence to me. Keeps making posts about trans people. Not only that, but as the poster, he is acting on behalf of her whether she knows or not. Yep, that's right. He's representing the business. That's correct. That's correct. Well, a lot of these old boomers that get into like business ownership and stuff like that, they're not educated on social media stuff, right? So they don't know how to do that kind of shit. And it becomes very obvious when shit like this happens. There are only two genders and anything else is a freak show. For each of these creatures that are not satisfied with the plumbing God gave them, then in order to compete as a woman, there should be a required dismemberment of the offending member before a race starts. This freak had his 15 minutes of fame, and now it's time for him to go back into the closet. Oh, God, another fucking long-ass screed. Good morning. It is Thursday, and we will be going into the shop a little bit early today. Sherry and Scott have 2 pickups, so I will be holding down the fort myself for the most of the day. There will be some great treasures coming in late today that we will process tomorrow. I've been following the story of the boy who identifies as a girl and is swimming against young ladies and devastating them by soundly beating them in competitive events. This is an abomination, and another example where the leftists are attempting to make the abomination seem normal. There are only 2 genders and anything else is a freak show. If this lunacy is going to be allowed to continue because normal people want to bend the will of the stupid, then I may have to come up with a solution. For each of these creatures that are not satisfied with the plumbing that God gave them, then in order to compete as a woman, there should be required dismemberment of the offending member before the race starts. A guillotine or cleaver would do nicely. In addition, a pair of strap-on breasts should be worn according to body size and muscle density to make things fair. Sounds like a problem solved to me. This shows that you don't even know how breast development happens in cis women. If you think that you can just size somebody's body up and be like, oh yeah, here's how big your breast should be. She's not destroying the competition. She lost 3 out of 4 races and only won by half a second. Yeah. Sounds like a problem solved to me. Of course, I don't want to see any young male castrated, but I also don't want to have young women who have worked so hard to excel in their fields of athleticism have those efforts minimized and brutalized by cheaters with a political agenda. This freak has had his 15 minutes of fame, and now it's time for him to go back in the closet. We have allowed the left to wind their way into making a bizarre and abnormal seem normal. The bizarre and abnormal seem normal. But the price being paid for this insanity is the mental well-being of the young women of our country. People have a right to live their lives the way they choose, but I don't want abnormal, aberrant behavior crammed down my throat, and I don't want to see others hurt by it. I don't know what this world has come to, but God-fearing Americans need to take a stand and defend our young women. The people who stand by and do nothing are almost as bad as the perpetrators. Patriots beware. The left is still alive and strong and are ready to attack us like Russians going after Ukraine. If you don't like Joe Biden's Supreme Court nominee for any reason, you're labeled a racist. On another site, I questioned her qualifications and left-wing agenda and was attacked, called a racist, and a lot of very stupid people questioning my intelligence. It was comical. I find Joe Biden a small-minded and racist person for stating that he was only going to nominate a black woman to the exclusion of all other candidates among folks who are much more highly qualified. Oh, right, the reverse races. I see. Hi, Anna. Nice to see you. Yeah, we've been reading, this is the third unhinged Facebook screed that we're reading from a antique store. It's an antique store. Yeah. Particularly unhinged. Okay, where were we? If the most qualified person happens to be a woman, and happens to be black, and we have looked at all other candidates, then I have no problem with her being a woman or her being black. I have no problem with Clarence Thomas because he is qualified, fair, and an American that looks out for the rights of Americans. We need fairness, justice, intelligence, and we need the best people interpreting the law. Okay, time for the joke of the day. Did you hear about that first decision the Supreme Court handed down without Justice Ginsburg? It was ruthless. Store hours today are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, that's interesting. The advocate reached out to Mindell, but the number listed for his insurance business rang busy most of Sunday. When we reached for comment by the advocate, a person who answered the phone at Sherry's Antique Emporium and would not identify himself when asked for by name, said, "We don't take phone calls like this," and hung up. In a prior call to the number for the store, a person answered and identified themselves as Hanover County Sheriff's Office before hanging up. My brother did that shit. So embarrassing. Pretends to be law enforcement to get people to back off you. The advocate was able to speak with Hall, who confirmed her name, but claimed that she couldn't hear and hung up after being told who was calling. Sorry. "You have to call me back. I can hardly hear you," Hall said before she abruptly hung up. She did not answer several subsequent calls. The advocate reached out to spokespeople for the insurance division of the Virginia State Corporation Commission, CareFirst, and United American Insurance Company for comment on Mindell's status as an insurance agent, but did not hear back by the time of publication. We will update the story if we hear back. Why are these people always so misogynist? They always say that any women can't compete against any men. Yeah, I know. That's absurd. That's a crime to impersonate an officer. Yeah, no, I mean, my brother, he bought a set of flashing lights, stuck it on the top of my mom's Pontiac Aztek. You know, like the car that Walter White drives. Stuck some fucking police lights on the top of that thing. Yeah, it's hella illegal. Yeah, and he was driving around in some other city or whatever. And he goes and he's like, "I'm going to try to pull somebody over. I want to do it." And so he flicks the lights on and he pulls somebody over. And they pull over. And it turns out that it was an off-duty sheriff from the town that he'd pulled over. Like, I have issues with her qualifications, and Coney Barrett had never tried a case when she was nominated. I know! Bet there was no issue from them. Yep. That's right. That's right. All right, well, so that's our story. Got my car towed because I have rainbow flashing headlights for car shows. What? No way! I'm so happy that story had a happy ending. It was so funny seeing him go through that shit. You know that fucking dude was like, "What are you doing?" It's illegal to flash red and blue even if it's in a rainbow. Yeah. That's right. Yep. That's very true. There's also regulations on how dark the tint on your windows can be, and I believe how bright your headlights can be. in some areas. Bruh. Yeah, I know. This was absurd. This is pretty silly. All right. So, when they hit you with the LED beams, all right. Those laws are impossible to enforce, which is why my BMW has blacked out windows. Yeah, true. God, I really do hate getting hit with those beams. The really bright ones, they're like piercing. They go through your fucking eyes. They like pierce your brain. Hi, Hinnick. Nice to see you. The ads Twitch has is so fucking annoying. You know, I think they've been playing more ads on my channel recently. Like auto-playing. I feel like they've been auto-playing ads on my channel a lot more recently. Oh, yeah. I mean, if your car sits low to the ground, then yeah, LED headlights aren't gonna bother me. Really. But it's when it's on a fucking truck that's like jacked up and has like 8 tires and smokestacks and shit. And they're on the other side of the street as me, and it looks like they've got their brights on and another set of brights on top of that. Yeah, like, I understand wanting brighter lights, but I would really like them in warmer colors. Yeah, I know, it's so hard. I miss the old days when we could have a car with like almost orange lights. Do you remember those? Like the old school like 80s cars when you would see them on the streets and everything, and it's got this like really orange glow. Have you ever seen like old street lights and stuff like that they haven't replaced with LED lights yet? Where when they flick on, it'll be like this really orange kind of tint to it. I love those. There's something... What about those light bulbs that you can like screw in and you can like see the filament there and it like gets really orange and it's like... It looks like almost like a cylinder and then it like comes to a really tight point at the end. I love those things. I love seeing that kind of technology, especially in like... I think that's why I like Cowboy Bebop a lot, is because it has a lot of that, and there's a lot of that type of technology in Japanese media. Like, Final Fantasy VII had a lot of that, like neon signage and kind of like luminescent. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but if I could show you a picture, you would know what I'm talking about. Yes! I'm thirsting for certain types of light bulbs.